Welcome, fellow Biafrans, lovers of freedom across the world. I welcome you to this amazing program. Thank you for joining me wherever you are joining from. Please like and share this program to all platforms. Share to family and friends. Make sure that this information gets to everyone around you. It is very important in this time that we are in. In this episode, I'm going to share with you a very important message that was delivered by the Prime Minister of Biafra, Republic of Venezuela, Mazi Simon Ekpa, the Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces of Biafra, in his recent visit to the U.S. I want you to pay attention on this very speech that he made. A lot of revelations were made, striking revelations, and I bet you, after watching this video, you will no longer have any doubt in your mind that the Prime Minister of Biafra, Republic of Venezuela, Mazi Simon Ekpa, has the key to the restoration of Biafra. He has spoken very eloquently and pointed out the important things and doubts that people have. Most importantly, the revelation he has made. Watch from beginning to the end carefully. You'll be glad you did. Let us watch together and see what he has to say.
Thank you very much, Rep. Diana, for keeping to the time. Very, very important. I wouldn't waste much time. I would like to use this opportunity to introduce to the Biafrans in the United States our lobbyists who are present here. The reason for this is that it is very, very imperative that Biafrans in the United States understand the level we have gone. Like I've said in the past, that we are following and fighting for the liberation of Biafra with what are called multi-dimensional approach. The multi-dimensional approach includes political approach, diplomatic approach, and of course, the armed defense for self-defense approach. It is very important and very necessary that as we pursue our freedom from Nigeria, we also protect those whom we are liberating from Nigeria. In the past, we've seen many Biafra movements that under their watch, many Biafrans were murdered in cold blood and without any consequences on the Nigeria side. So what we are doing different this time around is not just about defending ourselves by activating internationally recognized law of self-defense, but also we are pursuing our freedom diplomatically, politically, and otherwise. So on this note, I welcome Honorable Jim Moran and Elias, who will be here today just to greet Biafrans in the United States and introduce themselves as officially as lobbyists for the Biafra Republic Government in Exile in Washington, D.C. Please, put them on the screen. Both of them, if they have somebody else, you can bring all of them on the screen, please. Jean Moran, can give him access to mute. Something.
I've made them co-host, both of them,
Right.
so they can.
All right. Thank you very much. And
well, thank you, Your Excellency. My name is Jim Moran. I served in the United States Congress for approximately a quarter of a century. After I left the Congress, I began to represent some corporations and countries and causes that I believe in. It has been an honor to work with you, Your Excellency. Elias Gerasulis is my partner. This is primarily Elias's account, but I'm going to be working with him. While I was in the Congress, I was on the committee that funds defense and State Department foreign operations, as well as the Foreign Relations Committee. I have an interest in Africa. I was a principal co-sponsor of the African Growth and Opportunity Act. But most importantly, I do believe that Biafran independence is a just and noble cause. And I trust that you have a bright future ahead. We will try to secure your independence. We can't promise because the politics is not a particularly predictable situation in the United States today, and justice is not always served, but we will work towards that objective. I appreciate the opportunity to work on behalf of the Biafran people, and at this point, let me turn it over to Elias. Elias?
Oh, thank you, Jim, and it's an honor to be working with you on this, and we appreciate your lending, your support, someone of your prestige and stature. That association would be so critical. So thank you, Jim. I appreciate it. And thank you, Mr. Prime Minister, Your Excellencies, and dear Biafrans in the United States and around the world. My name is Elias Gerasulis, and I am a good friend and colleague of Congressman Moran, and we are your new lobbyists here in Washington, D.C. However, you should know that we are more than just your lobbyists. We are fellow freedom fighters in the struggle for the liberation of Biafra. And similar to how your compatriots in the Biafran Defense Forces are securing your freedom on the homeland, we will be fighting for your freedom in the political and diplomatic battlefield here in Washington, D.C. And we will make sure that all these U.S. officials, all these congressmen and senators understand that the Biafran independence movement is a pure democratic civilian uprising against injustice, the very same one that we had in the United States when we declared our independence from the British 200 years ago. On a personal level, I knew I had to get involved in this struggle, not only because of my belief in the Biafran cause, but my belief in His Excellency, the Prime Minister Simon Ekpa. As I got to know the Prime Minister, I could see that he has remarkable leadership qualities and vision. And I knew that instinctively that he was a man of destiny and that he will have a very important impact in Africa in the years to come. And I thought it was a personal duty to assist him. Already, the Prime Minister has made remarkable progress and has outsmarted the Nigerian system in many ways. The Prime Minister has done this with the self-referendum. He has done this with opening diplomatic liaison offices around the world. And I think by establishing a proper Biafran lobby in Washington, D.C., the Prime Minister has delivered his master stroke. And if you can look at the Nigerian media and the social media, you will see that this is something that's been highly publicized. And I think this is because they understand the moment that the United States starts to gain more support for the Biafran cause, it will be a game changer. Because when the United States leads, other countries follow. Congressman Moran and myself are your voice to the U.S. Congress, your voice to the White House, your voice to the State Department, your voice to the highest offices in this great land. And we will not stop until victory is achieved. Long live a free, independent, and sovereign Biafra. Thank you, Mr. Prime Minister.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much for that brilliant speech there. Lawyers, we are happy to have you on board, and we have a lot of things to do together. Thank you. This particular appearance today is just to present you to the Biafrans in the United States. As I made my promise, I have fulfilled it. It is now that we go out there and do what we know how to do best for the interest of Biafra.
Thank you, Mr. Prime Minister. It's our honor, and we look forward to serving you in the cause. Should Congressman Moran and myself exit the Zoom now, or should we stay on?
Yeah, you can. You can all exit. I think we are good with this, and then we are going to see again, like we discussed before, when the time comes.
Thank you, Mr. Prime Minister.
Thank you very much. Nice to have you.
Thank you, Mr. Prime Minister. It was a pleasure to see you again.
Thank you.
Look forward to working with you.
Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you, Chief Moran. Thank you.
You bet.
Thank you.
All right. I think thank you very much. Thank you very much, Rep. Diana. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Good evening, cabinet members, ministers of the Biafra Republic Government in Exile. Good evening, Biafra people in the United States and beyond. I welcome all of you, ladies and gentlemen of the press, who have seated in your various locations to listen how Biafrans are funding the liberation of Biafra from the United States. This evening, I have come once again in this town hall meeting to give update, like I have always promised Biafrans in the United States, that I will be coming here to give you update step by step, the progress we are making, the plan we are making, the next move. Most of these things are already on social media. But of course, sometimes it is always good to also give a brief explanation, clarification on many things that you see on social media. When we started the liberation of Biafra, what I promised Biafra people was that we are going to fight this particular freedom using a multi-dimensional approach. When we started in 2021, after the kidnap of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, a lot of people believed in what I was doing and what we were doing. And if you are part of those, congratulations to you. Today, the result of your belief, your resilience, can be felt all over the world. We also struggled to prove a point. It was difficult, even more difficult than it is today. But we conquered, we succeeded, and this is where we are. So, when we started, a lot of people do not understand what we were doing. The point is that you don't go into something without first building a foundation that will make it very strong. You don't build a house without first laying a foundation that will make the house to stand. So what we did from 2021 was to lay a foundation that was not there, a foundation that was not laid. It was, Biafra agitation was, we're just agitating without more organized way and focus and vision. So what we did was to, first of all, analyze the situation, where they were getting it right, where they were getting it wrong. We analyzed the situation and design a model that will only work for Biafra people. And then we went to work. And the result is what you see today. So we started by making sure that under this particular leadership and the government in exile, no Biafra will be killed again. And the people who killed them will live to tell the story. We have been able to succeed in doing that. Today, Biafra people are very brave, fearless, They have conquered the fear. They have conquered everything Nigeria have done in the past to suppress and subjugate them. Everything that you have not done before in the Biafra struggle, you do it today. Very, very proud. So what did we do? We make sure that we gave it to Nigeria. Woto. Akonye Wetelo is exactly what we did. They have killed us, everybody knows. Before, many of us here, when we were not even part of the Biafra struggle, we see on the social media, we read in the news how they were butchering IPOB members, how they were killing Biafra agitators from Wazirike down to IPOB to BZM. All of them, if you agitate, you get killed. For those who are very lucky, they will end up in prison for 15 years, 20 years without trial. This has been what has been going on since 1999. Brgie, the one called Brgie that they invaded his camp, was in prison for, there are people who were in prison with him for almost 15 years. You know, when he came out, but other people were 15 years in prison. For what? Agitating for Biafra, for saying, I want to be free. And those who find themselves in prison are even lucky. Because there are many people that were abducted with them that got killed. So those who find themselves, you know, illegally being detained seems to be lucky. And this has been going on for years. For years. Nobody challenged Nigeria. It becomes a law to kill Biafrans at will. It becomes norms to kill Biafra as well. It becomes a law in Nigeria that when the people rise up to confront the terrorist security or the terrorist army or police, they get killed. The community pay the price. This has become the modus operandi of the terrorists in uniform. There is no rule of engagement. There is no law. There is no human right. There is no respect to life and dignity of our people. Every political leader in Nigeria today will rise up to tell you that yes, Biafra people are being marginalized. Yo, Biafra people are getting killed. You don't treat them well. Every person have risen up to say, oh, if you don't want these people in Nigeria, let them go. But you know what? Those who are supposed to be saying these things are not saying it. Rather, the people who are not even Biafrans have summoned courage to tell Nigeria terrorist state that you are not treating Biafra people well. But those who you claim are representing you in Abuja, that we have given vote of no confidence, we always tell you how Nigeria is a rule of law, how they have a country that understands rule of law. The same people were in the National Assembly when Nigeria took loan from China and they sidelined the same Biafra people. Not even $1 was allocated to them from the Chinese loan. In addition to that, every slightest mistake, we pay the price in the northern Nigeria by the Islamists. Everything that happens, Biafra get killed, either by mob, by police, by army, or any other Nigeria security agent that is available at that time. We pay the price, both to the state actors and non-state actors. But under the Biafra Republic Government in Exile, that has become a history. And today, when they want to do it, they will think of the consequences. That is the greatest achievement, that today, Biafra people who are reasonable can stand their ground and proudly speak and beat their chest that yes, Nigeria has confessed that indeed Jesus Christ is Lord. Biafra people, you can never take them for a ride again in Nigeria. And we are just starting, we have not even landed. So, like I promised that every 2 weeks, thereabout, I'll be giving you updates. I promise that we are going to, hire the international consultancy firm that will take up enough from Africa. We have done that. We'll file the application to the African Union. We are also doing a lot of things which will come out in the next few, either this coming week or the upper one, that will break the ground again. I promised you that now, when we started, they say, oh, what are you doing? Do you have lobby firm? Do you have lobbyists? Do you have, what is the diplomatic step you are taking? You cannot take diplomatic step when it is not the right time. You know, a lot of people don't understand how the freedom fighting works, especially in a complex country like Nigeria. What happens is that we have built the foundation, have a more organized government, and we have started the self-defense of Biafra, not only against the terrorist state, but making sure that nobody comes to Biafra land and kill and go free. And today, we are officially in conflict with Nigeria, or I would say, in a war, because the chief of staff, chief of army staff actually said they are in a asymmetric war. That is what is needed to be able to stand very strong and tall in the eye of the international community. So when you are going out there using diplomatic channel to speak and seek a redress to what has happened to Biafra people, you need to be speaking in a language that will wake up even the dead spirit. And what is that language? Language is that if you come to kill with arms, we are going to retaliate and defend ourselves, and we will first kill you. And that's exactly what is going on today in Nigeria. They are hiding it. We are posting it. We are exposing it, trying to create awareness for the world to know what is going on. So now that we have lobby firm and have lobbyists in Washington, D.C., all they need to do is that there is language we will be speaking, not this speech I'm making now. No. The world don't listen to this speech. They have killed us enough and nobody reacted. Not even one single person from Nigeria has been held responsible for the genocide against Biafra. Wike killed over 2,000 in Obibo. Today, he is the minister of FCT. Nobody has been arrested to face ICC, and it will never happen. But you know what? We have beginning to speak in a language, and that language is Woto language. When they come to do that atrocity, you face them. And what we have to do is to make sure we have more powerful, sophisticated weapons than them. That is the language the United Nations will listen to in the nearest future. In the few months' time, that language will go very, very loud. And by the time it will be going loud, we already have the lobbyists that will be presenting fact and figures. What is going on, why this is happening, and why it must be addressed. Without that, you will shout for Biafra for 100 years, nobody listen to you. They will you'll be killed, nobody will listen to you. It has happened. So, my people of Biafra, we are on the right track to our freedom. Like I said, we are not going to get our freedom like other people got their freedom, because we are different people, different country, different mentality, and different orientation. When I listen to people say, oh, do you see where they are? You have declared freedom from diaspora. I look at them and laugh. They will tell you, you are conducting self-referendum. Have you seen any country that have done it before? I look at them and laugh. I don't need to do it because other people did it. I have come to understand that something that is going to work for Biafra people. That thing that worked for Mandela will never work for us. That thing that worked for Gandhi will never work for us. We need to put more salt, more pepper, and more fire. In combination of what Mandela, Gandhi, and every other person did, because Nigeria is a very complex country. Very complex with criminality and the kind of system that is like no other one. So you needed a very hard hammer to break Nigeria. And that hammer is what I'm using very well. So today, like I promised you last time, that the radio, the Voice of Biafra radio will be up and running today. I have come to announce to you in the United States that the Voice of Biafra is now live in the entire old Ebonyi state. Entire old Ebonyi. This one is not, you will hear it in this village, and that village is not hearing it. No, the entire Ebonyi state is now covered The entire state, even beyond to part of Benue, is now covered by the Biafra satellite radio, the Voice of Biafra. This week we are entering, we are going to cover Isoko and the other part of the riverine side. We're going to cover at least 3 different locations this coming week. And by the time I come here next time, I'm going to give you the update of how the radio, how the coverage of the radio. Remember that this is a technical thing that you can plan. Sometimes it doesn't go exactly the way you plan it. I have wanted to make sure that the last visit, this radio issue will be resolved, but because of the technicalities and technical issues, it was, you know, a little bit, it lingered a little bit. So I'm just very happy to announce that those in Ebonyi, in the former Ebonyi state, can now listen to everything we are doing through the Voice of Biafra 97.5 FM, satellite radio and satellite TV. It is all live. The satellite TV is all live. So that's one. And then, of course, like you all know, now we have the lobbyists that will lobby for the Biafra Republic government in exile in Washington, D.C. And I have been able to present them to you today. The same thing is happening that our passport, the design of our passport, and of course, the application for the ID card, for Biafra national ID card is in process. And we are also planning that in the next few weeks, or maybe a month or so, the production, the first batch of the Biafra national ID card will be public, and those who apply will start getting their ID card. It's the first step. We are also planning that before convention in Finland, the Biafra passport will be ready. The reason why it is very important for the passport to be ready is so that as soon as the declaration of Biafra, the declaration of the restoration of independence state of Biafra on December 2nd, many of the cabinet members and those who are very serious will have the privilege of having the Biafra passport. And this Biafra passport will be recognized by any country that recognizes Biafra. And we are looking forward to a few countries for a start. In addition to that, I want to tell you all that God is opening a very big door. I have been saying it, that those who refuse to fund this liberation of Biafra, the time is coming that we don't need you. And God is opening that door. And then we are going to wait for you somewhere where we will make sure that the law and policy of Biafra will deal with you decisively for deliberately refusing to support your own freedom that will create jobs, solve security issue, build road, hospital, social amenities, take care of our elderly people, and everything you are enjoying in America today, we want to see it happening in Biafra land. That's all we are fighting for, nothing else. We want to be those kind of people that will live among nations and be proud of where we come from. That's why we are fighting, nothing else. We want our children not to be killed, not to be enslaved like what we went through under Nigeria. We don't want our children to go through the same thing. That's why we are fighting. We don't want a country where something will happen and the military and police will go and kill entire village. No. And I'm telling you today that that particular attitude and actions and activity and the criminality of Nigeria state is stopping. Because when they come to do it, we are not moved. We have lived with it for many years. It did not start today. It did not start under this government. It has started even before the formation of the Biafra Republic government in exile, the killing of our people. All we do now is to stop them from killing us. And we have succeeded in stopping them. We are going to make sure that those who refuse to leave Biafra territory and are under Nigeria and illegally carrying arms in our land to kill our people, they will all be neutralized. We have given them ultimatum to withdraw. Every checkpoint, every military barrack must leave Biafra land. You know, I've been shouting it. The day it will start happening is not too far. I've shouted for many months now, and they thought we are joking. I want you to understand that there is nothing we do today that is against any law. There is no way any government will unleash its own military to kill their citizens, and you tell me that somebody is going to support that. No, it is only that many people don't know their right. That's why Nigeria have taken advantage of that to kill many people for many years. Thousands of people have been killed. Today, northern Nigeria, they are ravaging the villages. The terrorists are sacking and burning entire villages, and there is no military there because the military is already part of them. All they do now is to send their own legitimate or legitimize terrorists in uniform to Biafra land to do the job for them. But I thank Biafra that the Biafra Liberation Army, the Defense Force of Biafra, have surprised them. They thought it is by Jesse, or Jesse Naba, or System Naba. Today, I am very, very proud of the Biafra Defense Force. I'm very proud of the Biafra resistance fighters. The way they are neutralizing these terrorists is something that we are going to write in the book. And our children will read about it. How they stood gallantly, defended our land, and neutralized criminals and terrorists who come to kill us. It will continue to go down in the history. So my people in the United States, remember that you are going to fund the liberation of Biafra. It is very, very important. They have acquired about 50 aircraft to fight. It is not to fight the bandits in the north, no. It is to fight us. Because the war is already public. But one thing is that we are not moved by the aircraft. They have got Tokuno. The Tucano aircraft have been deployed several times. Every day they come to Imo State and we repel them. We have been repelling. The Tucano did not deliver. Other fighter jet did not deliver. It is not this one that is going to deliver. We will shoot it down. I am promising you in the United States today that you see this aircraft that have purchased, by the time they fly it in Biafra soil and on Biafra airspace, in order to bomb our people, believe me, we will shoot it down in next few weeks. Let it happen. That is my promise. Any day, they will be deploying that particular this new helicopter. Let them deploy it. We will make sure that the Biafra Liberation Army and resistance fighters, they are going to down. I have given that particular directive and order. Any day that aircraft fly on our airspace, everything must be done to bring it down. I think there the world will start talking. I welcome all of you. May God bless you. Thank you.
PM. Can we stand up for PM, please?
I thank you for listening. Please share this program to all platforms. Share to family and friends. Reach out to anybody can reach out to, so that we can be able to fight this battle to a winning. I appreciate you. Thank you for being part of the program, and stay blessed. Biafra government, peace, progress, unity, and equity. We move. Airborne.